What issue is most important to you as we head into November?
I'm a 35-year educator and have taught in the public schools in Missouri all that time, and education is first and foremost. It seems like when it comes to budget issues, education is what takes it in the neck first. It's always the first one out and the last one in when there are budget issues, and I'd like to see our foundation formula fully funded. I'd like to see our K through 12 schools get what they need. I'm interested in higher education. I'm interested in job training. I think we have a lot that we need to do for the people of Missouri, but we need to get them off on a good foundation first in K-12 education, preschool, all of the early childhood development we can give them makes all the difference in the world. It pays untold dividends in the long run.
What do you believe we are doing wrong right now, and what will you do differently if you win?
I feel like there are a lot of issues that are really top down that are being passed through the legislature. It's basically, it's not Missouri made, and that's a real issue. We don't have one size fits all national legislation. I like national leadership. I like best practices. I'm a big fan of those things. There's no reason for us to, strike out on our own and do something completely different if it's an unproven process. What I want to see is Missouri-made legislation. I want to see it come from the bottom up. We need to determine the needs of the average Joe and those people that are really disadvantaged, and we've seen plenty of those issues and problems this year. We need to start building our system from the ground up rather than the top down.
Okay. What do you believe is most important to the district?
Within the district, current events aside, I know that Stockton has enjoyed a great deal of enhanced tourism. People are taking those mini vacations. They're coming into the Ozarks and instead of taking those long extended trips. I think our economy is doing quite well there. In just walking the towns of Polk County and walking the towns of Cedar County, I see a lot of people who need help. I think the Medicaid expansion that has been approved and would not have been approved without a lot of help from the rural districts, not just the metropolitan areas. There's a desire for us to take care of people out in the country. Telemedicine is very important, having the rural broadband. Given our situation right now with education, we've got kids who are stay-at-home education, and they need the broadband to make that happen. So I would winnow it down to making sure rural health care is enhanced and making sure that we've got the rural broadband to take care of our kids and let the folks who are having to work at home actually have a good chance to do their job.
What do you believe is top of mind for voters right now? Economy, race, COVID-19, which is the biggest concern, and how would you address it?
COVID-19, whether we like it or not, the pandemic has found its way down to our levels. We have schools even within the 128th that have been out for some time. They've had these mini breaks to let everybody recover and kind of clear the air and come back in. Our education system's been terribly interrupted. It's a difficult situation to deal with. Teachers are putting on their capes and they've got their superhero act going. They're making great things happen. We're having, as it's been said many times, we're having to rebuild the plane while it's being flown. And making those efforts to make sure that all kids are served by our educational system is paramount.
How would you reassure voters you will fight for what they want?
I am a grassroots person. I want to bring together different factions that have different ideas and try to find the best solution for the most people. If we can do that and we can find ways that everyone else is hold harmless, I honestly don't feel like people who are in pretty good shape right now, they're not losing anything because we help the most disadvantaged among us. And that's the approach I take. If we can make sure that we build from the ground up, from the bottom up, and raise those folks up to a sustainable economic level to where they can do for themselves, fend for themselves, where they feel like they've got some hope and opportunity, I think everybody else is going to be fine. It shouldn't trickle down, it should well up.
Okay. Why run for office?
Oh my, why ask for this? Well, I've watched educational policy for my entire career. I was brought up in a family that felt that public service, working behind the scenes, doing the right thing, making sure things work out. I grew up in a Depression era house. My parents were Depression era, World War II and the like. I was among the last of 8 children, and my dad was instrumental in getting rural water in our part of the country in northwest Missouri. Worked on a rural water board for many years. Just one of those people that believe that you just do the right thing. And I look at our situation now, I feel like that the supermajority that we have in the House has really caused a lot of people to lose sight of what's important and who they were sent to Jeff City to take care of. And I want to help take care of those people. There's no prestige to this. You're climbing down a ladder to reach down and help other people up. You're not climbing a ladder to get up on some pedestal or something like that. You climb down and you take care of the people who need it the most.